everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in this class we are going to study the properties of genetic material. So in the previous class, by the experiment of Hershey and Chase, we got to know that DNA is the only genetic material. So in order to prove that yes, this is the genetic material, so for that we need to have some of the properties of that genetic material, right? For example, when you see this board, you will say that within a fraction of a second, what you will say? It is the non-living thing. How can you say that it is the non-living thing? Because you know the properties of non-living things and living things, right? Where the non-living things cannot move, cannot respire, right? So in the same way, in order to say if anything is the genetic material, we need to analyze its characters or its properties. So let's go on with the properties of genetic material. So before that, in some of the cases, as you all know, that RNA is also the genetic material in case. Why? Because RNA is also the genetic material and also it includes some of the properties where the DNA have same. Okay. And one more thing is, in case of Hershey and Chase, okay, in that experiment, what was the confusion? What we got is that protein is not at all the genetic material, it is only the DNA. So now let's start the properties of the genetic material. So if you can see that with the first property is it should be able to generate its replica. So what is this? It should be able to generate its replica. In the sense, if I say this is the genetic material, it should have the capability to replicate itself. In the sense, it should be having the ability to recopy or reproduce it should duplicate its copies by its own. Not any other circumstances or any other forces will be enacting on it. It just will be having the ability to recopy its segments or the strands. So that is the first property or the first character of the any genetic material. So DNA also follow this because DNA will replicate itself and even RNA also will replicate itself. So RNA and DNA both are the genetic material. And coming to the second property, it should be chemically and structurally stable. See, anything it may be, not only the genetic material, if anything in the world will be stable, it will survive for the long time. It will maintenance the thing which is associated with, it will maintain it for the long time. So if we call this DNA or RNA as the genetic material, it should be structurally and also the chemically stable in its form. So the DNA and also the RNA both are structurally and chemically they are stable, hence they will follow or they will held for this property. But in some cases where RNA is not that stable as compared to DNA, because RNA will replicate very fast, the mutation changes will be very fast. So the DNA is more stable than the RNA, but both RNA and DNA, they are holds good for this property, that is they are structurally and chemically stable. And coming to the third property, it should provide the scope for the slow changes for the purpose of evolution. In the sense, we all know that because from childhood we learn that we, the human beings, are here just because of our ancestors. It may be apes, monkeys or anything, right? So every genetic material, it should be having the some synthetic or some sympathy towards mutation. Means something should be changed, right? If the mutation takes place, then the varieties of the species will come out in this nature, right? So any genetic material, but it will be slow. Why we call that as a mutation is, it is the slow process or the slow gradual change. So every genetic material should hold good for this because they should have the minimum or the slow changes to give contribution to the evolution, by which form? By mutation. In this case, we can say RNA is very good for this because RNA, you know what, it will always be mutating, okay? But as compared to DNA, where the DNA is, it is of a bit very slowly it will be changing. and however by hook or crook all this genetic material one or the other day what they will do, they will help for the evolution by the mutation process. And coming to the last property, that is it should be able to express itself in the form of Mendelian characters. So what are Mendelian characters? We have studied it in our previous classes, right? With the two traits will be there and they will express, right? If they won't express with the species, for example we the human being, we just, if I am here, I have my own traits, right? Where my genetic material is active and it's expressing its traits from or through me and I am behaving according to that, right? So if that genetic material is the genetic material, if we call it as the genetic material, it should follow the Mendelian characters. Got? So these are all about the properties of the genetic material. Where these also holds good for the RNA and DNA, but the stability is less in case of the RNA, where more in case of DNA. So in most of the organisms where the DNA, it predominantly acts as the genetic material but not the RNA. Yeah? Is this clear? The one more thing is where RNA is the first genetic material which was formed on the earth, because it is the primitive thing, right? From primitive things, what? This bigger molecules will get or will come. So in the same way, RNA was the first genetic material which was origin and later the DNA came. And this finishes the properties of the genetic material, and in the next class let me come up with the important topic, that is the DNA replication. So till that, stay tuned and don't forget to subscribe my channel and share it with your friends. Thank you everyone. Take care. Bye bye.